Hi guys, and welcome to today's reading. This video is for you if you're unhappy or miserable at your current place of employment, whether it's your job, the boss, the environment, whatever it is. So sometimes that could be an indicator that it's time to go. So this video is going to be about what career or work-related job opportunity is waiting for you if you do decide to walk away. So there's going to be 4 piles for you to choose from. I will lay them out right now. Okay, so for group 1, we have this Pyrite right here, and the home card, number 21. Group 2, Mary, Mother of Miracles, and the number 21, and this Angelite. For group 3, we have Citrine, Orange Citrine, and Secrets, the number 39. And for group 4, we have Lilith and Independence, and this Shiva Lingam, the number 29. So go ahead and select your pile using your intuition. The timestamps will be posted in the comments and the description down below. Take a moment to meditate. Okay, group 1, those of you who picked this Pyrite stone and home, this is your reading. If you're miserable or unhappy at your current job and decide to leave, what opportunity awaits you? So, with this reading, I'm getting, okay, so there's a few things that I'm getting already. So, number 1 is the type of environment that you're going to be successful in is one that is more, here we have the Galactic Federation, collaboration meetings, community, and then here we have the Emperor in reverse and Consider in reverse. And so I'm getting that, and number 22, which is like about building and manifesting. Like I get the master builder in numerology. So I'm getting that, like, perhaps you're in an environment where you're working in a setting where the way that the organization or whatever it is structured is more, I want to say, authoritarian with this emperor in reverse. Like that's the type of environment. It's like there's a boss, and it's like that hierarchy is there and in place, and there's people reporting, and you sort of have to follow rules and regulations and policies that are set out by this person above you. And I get that that isn't the most ideal or optimal environment for you, that you would be more successful in standing out if you worked more in a place that is more collaborative, where there isn't this hierarchy or authority. It's more a flat, like a flat type of organization where people just come together and work together. Here we have the star in reverse as well. And so I feel like you don't have to stand out. Like, I mean, when we're talking, and okay, so this is what's waiting for you. Okay, so let me just stick to that. Is a place that, you know, there's a lot more social interaction. It's more it's just more collaboration, more social interaction. I feel like that's just more like home to you. Here we have home and mother and a big yes. If there's a question in your mind of something that you're waiting on, but it hasn't quite come in yet. Here we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 11th house. And with the 11th house, I'm getting the 11th hour, like that saying of the 11th hour, which is sort of like something happening just in the nick of time. If you're waiting on something to come through for you, the answer is that yes, it will come through for you, and it's going to come in at the 11th hour. So, and it's going to be just fine. You know, it's reminding me of that that part in the Bible, don't quote me on the Bible, but where these workers came in at the 11th hour after, I guess, like a shift, or there was some people working in a vineyard or doing some work in the field or something, and they came in at the 11th hour after all these other workers were working all day, and they still got paid the same wage as others. So meaning that they got in just in the nick of time and were able to still make their wages, right? And so there's something here that the answer is yes, and it's going to come in. You've been waiting for it, and it's going to come in just at the last time. Divine timing with this Wheel of Fortune as well. I think that's how I'm getting the 11th hour with this Wheel of Fortune and the 11th house. So yeah, so it's really just about reconsidering and looking at the type of structure of how you want to work, right? Like, do you want to be reporting to people all the time? And that isn't to say that when you collaborate with others, you aren't going to be having to work together, but it's like you're working together for the greater good and you're coming together. It isn't like you're being dictated to on what you need to be doing and you have less say so in your work. And this could also indicate for some of you guys that you are working in an environment that, you know, with this pyrite, I'm getting like the environment, because it's a good stone for protecting you against like environmental like pollutants and stuff. So maybe I'm getting for some of you guys that collaborating in an environment, it's not even collaborating, but in an environment where you have a boss that is a little bit, I don't want to say toxic necessarily, but just has a very authoritarian mindset that is very much like, I'm the boss, I call the shots, I make the rules, you guys are just sort of like doing what you're told and you report to me sort of thing. And that's not going to work for you. That's not an environment that you're going to feel good in, that you're going to stand out in. Here we have the Star in reverse, right? And so I guess the message here too is also to take time out, because we have stillness in reverse, and reconsider. Take time out to really reflect on the type of environment that you see yourself in, you know, that you think that you're going to thrive in. Because that sort of environment that I'm talking about that you may be in and that you're considering leaving, like I said, with like that hierarchy, like you really have to do things that are going to make you stand out in order to be successful, right? And like now I'm thinking of like kissing ass. Like you might have to kiss a little ass. You might have to praise things, or it's like a lot of fakery that can go on in these sorts of environments in order for you to be successful. And I'm getting that that's not where you're going to feel at home in. So if you leave where you're at right now, the cards are pretty much saying that like your fortune, your confidence, your time, what you've been waiting for, is an environment where you can collaborate with others, where you're sort of on the same level as them. And that you're working as a team, like truly working as a team. Because a lot of these places will say, oh, we're a team, but do what I tell you to do. So it's like the input isn't quite there. So that's the shift that I'm seeing for you guys. And it's also feeling more at peace and more at home. Like here we have home, here we have the mother star. And we have two stars right here, the star in reverse and the mother star. And it's going to come in right at the last minute. I think that you guys are waiting on something and maybe you've lost a little faith in it. But it's going to come in at the last hour, the 11th hour. And it's going to work out perfectly fine as well. I'm getting Aquarius, so maybe you guys are very humanitarian. And you can't work in, and I'm getting a Scorpio vibe from this Emperor in reverse, under certain conditions and certain environments are sort of detrimental to your well-being, not just your well-being, but also to your sense of connection, your sense of community, your sense of like, because I feel like that's what you're moving more into, like a place where there is more of a sense of community, that you can relate to people a bit better. You can be more yourself. You can be a little more eccentric, and that will be valued. You know, like here we look at all these different extraterrestrials, and they're all of different kinds and all of different types, and they're all working for the greater good, right? And they're all welcomed, and they all have their input, right? And I see that as something that's coming up for you guys, and it's something that's going to blossom. And so you can expect that. You can expect that it's going to come in. Again, like I said, at the last minute, I was going to say the last nick of time. So it's a big yes. It's a big yes if you're inquiring about when this time is. I just got that some of you are like, okay, but when? And it's going to be in the 11th hour. And it's going to work just the same and just as fine. And I think that this new opportunity will really boost your confidence, because you'll be valued in a way that is going to make you feel good, right? Like you'll feel like your input will be more valued, really. Your differences will be, your voice will be heard a bit more. And so you don't have to worry too much about this, and when it's going to come in. I just heard like it's written, like I see these, there's a book in each one of their hands, and I just feel like, well, it's written, and it's written to come in in the last possible moment, just in the nick of time. So just always sort of keep an eye out. And I feel like I'm being told for some of you guys, like maybe you'll have other offers coming in, and for you to really consider or reconsider them if you feel like the structure of the organization or the place that you're in is not one that is sort of flat, where people collaborate and work together as a team. And I mean genuinely, and I understand that there's a lot of hierarchy in a lot of places, but you can't be under, you have to have freedom to be really, you have to have like a bit of freedom. Like I'm getting you have to have some sort of freedom to really input. What am I trying to say? Like you have to, it has to be a place where you're free to be yourself, and you're going to be valued for that, for your input. It's not like you're just taking orders all the time. Like you're not going to flourish and stand out in that sort of environment. So if there's other things coming up, you are being asked to reconsider it, and you're going to know that this is the right opportunity for you if you're feeling like it feels like home, it feels like a community, it feels like people that I can work with, that we're going to meet together and we're going to really work on a common goal together. And so that's very, very important. And so that's what's coming for you. But I feel like there are other opportunities coming towards you as well. You just sort of have to sift through them and consider them on the basis of how the organization is structured. And you'll know that it's yours if it's the one that is more collaborative. And yeah, and so that's where your fortune is going to lie. That's where your confidence, that's where you're going to stand out. But I mean stand out in a way that's like not standing out, standing out in a team, like working together as a team. Like you're going to stand out, but your other people are going to stand out too. It's not going to be a competitive environment in that sense. And I think that that's possibly what you're looking for. That's what's going to make you feel at home, and that's what's coming. That's what's coming if you leave this environment where you're at right now. So that's your reading group 1. If you liked it, please leave a like. Please subscribe to see more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, welcome group 2. Those of you who picked this Angelite and Miracles with Mary on the front of this card, this is your reading. If you're miserable or unhappy at your current job or wherever you're at, and decide to leave, what opportunity is waiting for you? Okay, so I have to do a big exhale. Because maybe you guys have to do a big. It's like waiting to exhale. I just thought of that. Yeah, it's like you guys are like holding your breath or something. Okay, so I'm gonna start by saying, right here we say, I don't need to find my purpose. My purpose will find me, and it's in reverse. And I feel like you guys are looking to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, what you're meant to be doing. And if you do decide to leave where you're at now, which you are being encouraged to in this reading with what do you need to release, waning moon, then you will be led in the right direction, right? Here we have choose a new direction, and we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. And so there's a lot of things that you're being asked to release. Like if you are looking for what you're meant to be doing, or what you want to be doing, or what you're supposed to be doing, and what you're called to be doing, it's going to come into for you at the right time. Here we have the crown chakra in reverse. We have walking in beauty in reverse. And so with this, I'm getting that you're going to receive that information. You're going to know. It's going to hit you when it's going to hit you. But you're being encouraged to let go of the things that aren't meant to be there right now, you know? Would choose a new direction. The things that you don't feel good about. Like I just got a sick feeling in my throat. The sun in reverse. So it's like time for you to, I want to say, let God do the work. God's going to bring in the purpose. It's for you to just let go of things. And I feel like you're going to go through a period of really not knowing what it is. Here is the winter time. And it's like a time of like reflection, of introspection, of stillness, I want to say. And with walking in beauty, I feel like you guys are going to, like, what's coming up next for you is going through a period of just getting rid of things. Just getting rid of things, whether it's people, places, things, jobs, situations that aren't for you. When I was laying out the cards, I heard, don't settle for less, you know? And sometimes when we get rid of things, we don't know if there's going to be a replacement for it. And for you guys, I feel like there won't be a replacement for it right away, if I'm honest. Because what's coming in for you is very magical. You know, we have miracles, we have cosmic power in reverse. Here is the sun and the moon. Like, these are really strong, powerful cards that I'm seeing. And it's going to come in a way with this Eight of Wands in reverse that, with the Eight of Wands in reverse, like, I get this feeling that it's gonna be a little bit challenging. The winter can be challenging, you know. But you're being encouraged to just find gratitude and find beauty in all things, and to just come into a place, when I see this card, is like appreciation for the things around you, and just to come to a place of like, the more that you remove things, the more that you'll get more clear. You'll get a lot more clear with this crown chakra in reverse. It's like you're going to download what your purpose is at the time that you're supposed to find it. But right now, it's like, what you're moving into, if you do decide to leave where you're at, you're just creating space for something new to come in the spring. Because I'm seeing this as a card of winter. So it's like you got to go through the winter. You got to go through the quietness, the introspection. Maybe it's going to lead to a bit of depression. Maybe things are going to be coming at you in a way that feels like it's not working out. That's what I'm getting with this. And I'm getting like a sense of like sadness and depression. But then at the road, like I was going to say the road at the end of the tunnel, the road that this will lead, the road or this path that you're going to walk in is going to lead you to your purpose, you know, and what you're meant to be doing. And it's something that is like of a higher, I want to say, vibration, you know. We have cosmic power, like I said, very strong, like Mary, Mother of Miracles. It's going to come in like a miracle. And it's not something that, with this page of air that we have, it's like, it's not going to come in a way that you're going to expect, that you can anticipate. And it's, you know, with the page of air, I feel like they're very like all over the place, right? They're just very curious. They're trying to search. They're always like doing research. They're always looking into things. Like, this is not going to come in like that. And so it's not going to come in like that. It's going to come in through peace and stillness and introspection and meditation. And when I say meditation, it could be however that resonates for you, right? But even though this says choose a new direction, I feel like you just have to put in the legwork. You just have to, like, there's nothing you can do about this, you know? That's what I want to say. And when I say there's nothing you can do about this, you can't force it. You can't, it's like, it defeats the purpose. Like, the example I just got in my mind is like doing something competitively, but it's not a competition. You know what I mean? So it's like say you want to compete. Who's the better meditator? I meditate. It's like something you can't compete in. It's not a competitive process. It's not something that you can figure out logically. It's something that it's going to come in. It's going to be a download that comes in, and it's just you just have to choose a different path in your life in terms of how you can get more connected. You know, here we have the Angelite, we have Mary, we have the cosmic power, we have walking in beauty, crown chakra. I mean, all of these cards are saying just remove the things that don't belong anymore. You're going to know, you're going to feel what doesn't belong because it's not going to, and anything, don't settle for less, don't play small. Because this is very massive and you need space and you need time. And right as I was shuffling the cards, I started thinking about money. I started thinking about like, will I have enough money for da da da? Like, I don't know why I started thinking. I started doing budgeting in my head. And so maybe that's a concern that you have, is that, you know, because we are like humans and we do need money and we do need these things. And so there's this desire to want to figure things out right away. And it's going to be challenging. I feel like this is going to be a challenge. And it's, you know, the sun, it's in reverse. It's going to be challenging. But it's like, this is the way it has to be done. Ooh. I'm sorry. Like, this is really positive, but I feel like there's a winter, like a season of winter that's going to happen, and it's going to create a void. It's like a pregnant woman, like it's like the womb, you know, like there's going to be a void, and that's where like the fetus will have to start, and it'll be like a fetus growing like in the womb, you know, and it just sort of takes time to happen. So I'm encouraged to tell you right now that whatever situation that you're deciding to walk away from, you are being encouraged to kind of go through this period, but I mean, there's no set time on when you choose to do it, you know. But I feel like this is like a calling on your life to go through this. You know, I'm seeing this path, like almost like a path walking down this road in the winter, in the cold, things not working out the way that you want. And I think there's going to be a level of depression and frustration, but and then a period where you're going to have to find the beauty in everything. And then it's like, now you're ready. Now the foundation has been set for you to start to receive this information, because you can't receive this information if you're unhappy. And there's all this other stuff going on, and a lot of things that are, it's like blocking your intuition, your ability to really get this information and download this information. So, because what you're doing is it's like, I'm getting the number 2. So, and it's like 1 and then 2. So first you're going to download it, the crown chakra. Number 2, it's like this cosmic power is going to come in. Number 3, miracle. Number 1. Yeah, so this is going to be a completely new direction for you, and it's going to find you. But it's going to find you, I feel like, when it's kind of a sad feeling. Like, this is sort of sad. It's very lonely. I'm sorry to say, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know that this was going to come up this way, but I mean, I think many people, this is just the path. This is just how it is. I feel like there's an angel right here standing saying, this is the path. This is just how it is. And you just have to go through it. But at the end, you will be rewarded for it. And your purpose will find you. And then you can move past it and move into other seasons, right? There's nothing you can do about it. That's what I'm getting with the waning moon. So, like, I'm thinking of a full moon, and like, you know, at the beginning of the moon cycle, it's about setting your intentions, and then, you know, allowing things to, putting in the work and the effort for things to manifest, like the full moon. And then once you get to the waning cycle, I mean, there's nothing you can do except for just release, right? And so that's what you're being asked to do. That's what you're going to step into if you leave your current situation, is a period of introspection, of release, of getting rid of things. You're being told not to settle for less. You don't have to worry if there's a replacement or not. I mean, I'm not telling you to quit your job. But I mean, you're going to have to take this how it resonates, but your purpose will find you. Um, but there are things that you can do, which, as I said, is just release the things that aren't serving you, and then find a gratitude, and a beauty in the winter. Like that's also the message, is even though it's going to be dark and difficult, um, there is beauty in it, and you're being encouraged to have gratitude for that beauty, to spend time in that beauty, to spend time in nature, to do whatever it is for you to get through this season, because it's not going to be the easiest, right? But there is that road at the end of the tunnel, right? So that's your reading, group 2. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and please leave a comment if you'd like to share how this resonated with you. Yeah, so good luck. All the best to you guys. Bye. Okay, group 3. Those of you who picked this orange citrine and secrets, this is your reading. I'm going to burn a little bit of sage. I don't know. I just sort of feel the need to. Okay. I'll just. All right. So, all right, with your reading, if you're miserable or unhappy at your current job and decide to leave, what opportunity awaits you? And so these are career and work or job related opportunities waiting for you. Definitely, I mean, you picked secrets, right? So there's secrets here, and then we have masks right here as well. So there's clearly some stuff that is hidden, that is not time for you to know yet. But we're getting some reassurance with this no need to worry card in reverse, right? I guess it's no need to worry about having all the answers. There are some positive cards here, and I'm honestly, like, a bit of me wants to stay a bit confused, but I think that that's the energy that I'm picking up on. There are some indicators. Okay, let me just tell you guys what I'm seeing, right? So we have abundance, the 3 of Cups right here. We have the 10 of Water, or the 10 of Cups in reverse. We have Soulmate in reverse, and we have Make a Mission Statement for your soul. And so for me, this is really just like a reinforcement of that. It isn't about finding your purpose per se, or finding the path. It's like the path is going to unfold as you go along. And the best that you can do right now is just make a mission statement for your soul, in the sense of do what feels right and do what feels good to you, right? Because this is associated with the 10 of Cups in reverse, and this feeling of just being unhappy, and perhaps restless with this 4 of Swords in reverse, and feeling very unbalanced at this time. And so I think what's coming up, or what I'm gathering is coming up, is that you're just really being encouraged to find peace in the fact that there are things that you're not meant to know right now at this moment, and that you don't need to know, and you don't need to worry. You have to find peace in it, right? And then just have a certain guidelines for yourself with this mission statement for your soul that you're going to follow for going forward, right? That you're, like, for example, I'm going to do what makes me feel good in my heart and my spirit. Like, that's just an example, right? And then going down that path, things will unfold for you. What I'm seeing, because this is supposed to be about work and career and that sort of thing, right? And so randomly enough, we have this soulmate card in reverse. And then we have the 3 of Cups is about friendships and about feeling content and happy and social, and I feel like you're going to meet someone, and of course it's not time for you to know this. I feel like if you walk away from where you're currently at, you're going to meet somebody, soulmate. And soulmate can mean a life partner. It could be someone romantically. It could mean people who are just resonate with you on a really deep level, right? These could be friendships, like deep friendships. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But I feel that as you continue to take the masks off yourself, and maybe there's parts of you that I don't want to say you hide, because this is about, wearing a mask. As you're removing these masks and being more your true self, the right people are going to come in. Allow me, divine beloved, to trust that the perfect person has already been selected. So this is about trust and not needing to worry, and these secrets. In the right place and time we shall meet, for you know every true desire of my heart. May I only wish for what you wish for me. And so there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of unknown of what's to come. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? That could be a good thing. I think with this mission, make it a mission statement for your soul, and masks in reverse is like, there's this message of, that could be like a guideline or a policy that you set for yourself, is that I'm going to be my true self. I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to spend my time, like things like that. Like, that's what I'm getting with making a mission statement for yourself. So if you're unhappy at your current place where you're at, I don't know, I feel like there's this thing of just like uncovering who you truly are, and just making sort of goals and not goals and deadlines. I don't know why I said that. Goals and deadlines. Yeah, maybe making goals and deadlines for how you're going to move forward in your life, right? With the information that you have currently at hand, right? Because things aren't going to reveal themselves before it's time for it to be revealed. Like, that's just how it is. But I get that once you move on from this chapter and you close the door on it and you start to be more of yourself, more things are going to be revealed to you. More of yourself is going to be revealed to you, perhaps. And whoever it is, or whoever these people are that resonate with you, because I'm getting a hummingbird, right? So they're very high. There's like a high resonance I'm getting with this. The right people are gonna come in. But it's just a matter of you just finding the stillness, right? And I'm associating this with like this restlessness and this unhappiness. And I think, for some of you guys, this is tied to not knowing. That's part of it. And then the other part is perhaps not fully being your full self. And I'm saying completely, right? Because I'm getting the number 9 with that. And so yeah, and even with this, I'm getting more secrets. Like, for all these, you could see their eyes. And I'm just so focused on this one, with the eyes being covered by this fabric, right? And so, yeah, so unfortunately, like I thought I would be able to give you guys a bit more clarity on what's to come, or what opportunities awaiting for you. But it is having to do with people, and friendships and soulmates, relationships, romantic or otherwise, that are going to be very fulfilling for you. And it's just not the right time for it to be revealed to you. So just the need for you to find peace in that. And in the meantime, you can set the stage for this coming in by being more of your true self, so that you can set the stage for the right people to be drawn in and attracted to you, so you can be in a more positive state. Because there is a confirmation here with this orange calcite about positivity and good feelings and things like that. So that's your reading, group 3. Is more, it's just more people, the right people coming in, and you just sort of like walking this path, and deciding for yourself like how you want to be, and how you're going to choose to live, because that's the part that is under your control, and that's the part that you do have knowledge of to an extent. So that's your reading, group 3. If you found it helpful, please leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Best of luck to you guys. See you guys soon. Bye. Okay, group 4, those of you who picked this Shiva Lingam and Lilith and Independence. If you're miserable or unhappy at your current job and decide to leave, what career work-related opportunity is awaiting you? So I get with your reading, it's a little bit unclear, kind of like group 3 a little bit. There's a lot of things that I think are not set in stone just yet, but one of the big things that I'm getting is moving into, I would say a position. I was going to say a position, but I don't mean it as in a position at a job or anything like that, but moving into a place where you're able to create and do things more independently. Like here we have Independence and Lilith, who, kind of went on her own path, kind of rejected the status quo of how people usually approach how society sort of approaches things. So I'm getting like taking an independent route to making money. Right here we have abundance. We have the Empress right here, and you see her pregnant with something. And so, I see you guys as stepping into major changes where, you're looking at and even I would say planning what you can really do in the world, right? To make money, to manifest what it is that you're desiring. This could be a business that you had in mind, something that you just have a lot of independence in, where you get to set your own time, your own schedule, things like that. And here we have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And we also have turquoise, which is also supposed to help you not feel stagnant, and I think that with you guys, you may feel stagnant where you're at, and it's like there's a lot of work involved. Like I'm getting that with the 7 of Wands. There's a lot of things that are going to come popping up at you if you go down this route of, we'll say the example of doing your own business. Whether it's your own business or you're a contractor or you have some service or skill or idea that you want to implement, and you're trying to make plans for that, like you're really encouraged to, first of all, be taking care of your health. Like the Empress, and you have the health card right here, is also about like self-care, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, having the time to do that. And that's also your emotional well-being. I'm getting that your spiritual well-being, your well-being as well as your physical, because that is tied into this abundance. Like I'm almost getting like, this guy just popped in my mind who has his own business, and I remember listening to what he does, like what his schedule is for the whole day, and it involves a lot of work, right, and dealing with a lot of things that pop up, but it also involves his food. He goes to the gym every day. He works out every day. And so I'm getting it like that. So even just having your own independent schedule, being able to make your own schedule, but also being able to take care of your health within that, because that's part of the abundance, and that's part of what's going to help you deal with a lot of the things that are going to be coming up at you, that are going to be sort of popping up, because there's also a message here about change, and with it being in reverse is like, maybe you're a person who doesn't like change too much, or maybe this is just major transformation from like the old way that you lived your life. And so there's going to be so many different things popping up at you. And so like that's part of the, I guess, abundance, or like, okay, what do I mean by that? What I'm saying is that, sometimes we don't know, if a change is good or bad until later on, right? So especially when it comes to like work, or just any sort of life situation, like things come and then it's easy for us to say, oh, like this is not good, or I don't like this change, or I can't control this change, or whatever the case is, And I just feel like in this case, the changes that are being made and or that will be coming in, can lead to a lot of good things, but they're just going to be coming at you, you know, sort of feeling like one after the other, right? And it's going to be uncomfortable because now I'm looking at these heels. And like, damn, like she has to, you know, kind of fight off all these things that are coming at her with like a pair of heels on. And so it could be uncomfortable. It can feel awkward. You may feel like you're not prepared for it. Like maybe you're not, like how I feel like she may not be dressed for the occasion. It's like going to this, wearing this outfit to the gym or something like that. Like, you may feel unprepared. You may feel uncomfortable. It may, with this King of Cups in reverse, it may just throw you off your balance. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. But I'm very much seeing that something is in the works. Like it hasn't quite hasn't been birthed yet. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I was going to say came out the birth canal. But I guess the missing component, I feel like, is this health aspect to it, and changes to your health. And when I say health, I mean like changes to your habits, to your routines, to your structures, right? And so that's sort of like you're going to have an opportunity to take care of yourself a bit better. And that's going to allow you to be more independent and to be more able to tolerate change, to tolerate uncertainty, to tolerate uncomfortability, to be able to be more reactive and quick on your toes. Because I am seeing like an entrepreneurial sort of thing with this, or something. It's just something where it's just a different route than, you know, than like the status quo, right? And so it's definitely going to take a lot of balancing, but I see your prosperity that's coming up if you do decide to leave where you're at right now is, okay, I just completely lost my thought. Okay, it was removed. That happens sometimes. But yeah, there's still a lot of unknown and sort of mystery to this a little bit, because I think it's still in the works. It's still in the planning stage. It's still in the change stage. Like it hasn't quite settled. It hasn't quite set in stone, but this is something that's going to evolve. But the next step is really taking care of your habits and your health, in order to be able to, like, oh, I just had a thought. It just popped in my mind. Like, for example, I thought of, you know, like Lamaze classes, is that what they're called? I don't know if women still do that, but they have to practice before giving birth. Like, you know, like the whole, like they sit and they practice breathing. They do like these sorts of exercises to help them for when it's time to give birth. So that's what I'm getting with you guys that's going to come up. It's like you're going into this preparation stage where you're going to be molded in a way to deal with changes coming in, so that you're able to react to them and to respond to them. So that way, when whatever it is that you are planning to give birth to, or to manifest, or to like bring into existence, so that way it could be more like abundant, you know? And so it's really just about your health and your habits and dealing with change and that sort of thing that's coming in. So whatever it is that you are working on, it will be more fruitful if you do focus on the preparation, right? Like the preparation, the planning. It's like before a system goes live sort of feeling, you know? So that's what I'm seeing. If you walk away from your current job, I mean, it's going to be a lot of changes, and you're going to have to kind of fight through it, but there's a lot of abundance in whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, or that you're trying to create independently. And so, you know, I can see it being very fruitful with this Ace of Cups, but right now it's still in the planning stage and the preparation stage. And that preparation has a large part to do with change and habits and routines and things like that. And also your physical, mental, emotional well-being as well, because there's a lot that goes into it. So yeah, so that's your reading group 4. If you like to, please leave a like, subscribe to see more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.